Welcome to Master Your Money, Budgeting, Saving, and Debt-Free Living. I'm your host, Nate Tanner. On this show, we use the Triggator Triangle, budget, save, and pay off debt to help you build a spending plan that fits your life, grow your savings with purpose, and knock out debt with confidence. And today, we're heading back to school, but not the kind with pop quizzes and cafeteria pizza. This is a paycheck prep school, your crash course in training your money before it hits your account. Because here's the truth, most people wait until payday to figure out what to do with their money. But by then, the bills are already barking, the weekend plans are whispering, and your spending plan is playing catch up. That's like trying to coach a football team after the game starts. This episode is about flipping the script, pre-planning your paycheck so your dollars show up with a mission, not a mystery. You'll learn how to build a pre-paycheck checklist, assign dollars to categories before they land, and create a rhythm using automation and intentionality. Let's start off with a quick stat. According to a 2025 study by the Financial Wellness Institute, people who assign their paycheck before payday are 3 times more likely to stick to their spending plan and 2 times more likely to hit their savings goals. That's not just budgeting, that's leadership. So whether you're paid weekly, bi-weekly, or on a schedule that feels like it was designed by a committee of squirrels, this episode is your blueprint. Because when you train your money before it arrives, you don't just spend, you lead. Let's get into it. The pre-paycheck checklist, how to lead your money before it lands. Let's start off with a truth bomb. Your paycheck doesn't need to surprise you. It's not a plot twist. It's not a mystery box. It's a scheduled guest. And like any good host, you should have a plan before it arrives. That's where the pre-paycheck checklist comes in. It's your blueprint for leading your money before it hits your account. Because when you wait until payday to decide what to do, you're already behind. The bills are waiting, the weekend is whispering, and your spending plan, it may be scrambling. But when you prep in advance, you don't just spend, you lead. Why pre-planning works. According to a 2025 study by the Financial Health Network, people who pre-assign their paycheck are 4 times more likely to stick to their financial goals, and they're 2 times less likely to overspend in the first 72 hours after payday. That's not budgeting, that's behavior science. Here's why it works. Clarity reduces impulse. When your dollars have a job, they don't wander. Planning creates peace. You're not reacting, you're leading. Automation builds consistency. You don't have to remember, your system does. Think of it like meal prepping. You don't wait until you're starving to decide what to eat. You plan ahead so your future self doesn't panic order nachos and regret it later. Step 1, know your paycheck rhythm. Before you build your checklist, you need to know your income rhythm. Are you paid weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, sporadically like a freelance wizard? Whatever your rhythm, your checklist should match it. That means weekly pay is going to be a weekly checklist. Bi-weekly pay, a bi-weekly checklist. Monthly pay, monthly checklist with mid-month check-in. And if your income is inconsistent, use your lowest expected income as your baseline. That's your floor. That's what you plan around. Anything above that, bonus, snowflake, opportunity. Step 2, build your pre-paycheck checklist. Here's a sample template to start with. You can customize it, but the bones stay the same. First, review upcoming bills, their due dates, the amounts. Second, check your peace of mind fund, your emergency, your alligator fund, and your fun fund. Third, assign your triangle. Remember, we have budget. What categories need funding? Save. What funds need feeding? And pay off debt. What is your current target? Fourth, update your spending plan. Assign every dollar. Fifth, schedule transfers or payments. Remember, automation equals peace. Sixth, Prep for known alligator expenses. Remember, your alligator fund is to cover those non-monthly expenses that can pop up and bite your budget. Things like your seasonal costs, whether there's school fees that may be coming up, like Pitcher Day, or perhaps some holiday travel that you have coming up in December, or even holidays in December, or birthdays. The list can go on and on of these non-monthly expenses that jump up and bite you. Do you have any that are coming up quickly that you need to plan for and prep for? Seventh, set your weekly rhythm, your check-ins, your transfers, your debt moves. This checklist isn't just a task list, it's a leadership tool. It helps you train your money to show up with purpose. Remember Friday Night Lights? Coach Taylor didn't wait until the game day to make a plan. He had a playbook. He studied the opponent. He prepped his team. And when the whistle blew, they were ready. That's your paycheck. It's game day. And your checklist, that's your playbook. Because when you lead your money like Coach Taylor leads his team, you don't just survive payday, you win it. Step 3, practice the rhythm. The checklist only works if it becomes a rhythm. That means set a reminder the day before payday. Use the same checklist every time. Track your wins, things like debt paid, savings grown, and stress reduced. And here's the kicker. The more you practice, the faster it gets. What used to take 30 minutes will take 10. What used to feel overwhelming feels empowering. Think about it like learning an instrument. When you're first learning how to play, things are a little choppy. They're slow. You have to take the notes one by one. But as you practice and you get proficient, you're able to cruise through songs. You're able to sight read and see how you're working. You're able to keep that rhythm. Because leadership, it's not about perfection. It's about preparation. Tips for assigning dollars before they land. The Triggator Triangle in action. Let's talk about the moment people overlook, the 24 hours before payday. It's quiet. Your account balance, it might feel low. You're waiting for that deposit. And that's when most people say, I'll figure it out tomorrow. But here's the problem. Tomorrow is too late because once your paycheck lands, the money starts moving. Bills auto draft, Venmo requests pop up. Your brain shifts from planning to reacting. This section is all about assigning your dollars before they land, using the Triggator Triangle as your guide. Because when your money shows up with a mission, it doesn't wander. Tip 1. Use the triangle to pre-assign with purpose. The Triggator Triangle budget, save, pay off debt isn't just a philosophy. It's a pre-paycheck assignment tool. It helps you lead your money with clarity, not chaos. Before payday, ask yourself, budget. What categories need funding this cycle? Food, shelter, subscriptions, giving, etc. Save. Which peace of mind funds need attention? Emergency, alligator, fun, retirement. Pay off debt. What's your current target? What's the minimum for the others? What extra cash can you throw at your current target? Assign every dollar before it lands, because when your money shows up with a mission, it doesn't wander. Tip 2, automate your assignments. Once the dollars are assigned, automation is your ally. It's how you turn good intentions into consistent action. Here's how to automate your triangle. Budget. Use bill pay, calendar reminders, and spending limits. Save. Set up recurring transfers to each peace of mind fund. Pay off debt. Schedule payments or set up auto pay with extra. Automation isn't about control. It's about consistency. It's how you lead your money without micromanaging it. And here's the kicker. According to a 2025 study by the Financial Behavior Institute, people who automate their savings and debt payments are 5 times more likely to reach their financial goals. Tip number 3, build a weekly maintenance habit. Think of your spending plan like a well-oiled machine. Once it's running smoothly, it doesn't need consistent tinkering. It just needs regular maintenance. Set aside 15 minutes each week to review your spending plan, confirm your automation is working, check for upcoming alligator expenses, and reassign leftover dollars with intention. This habit keeps your money machine tuned up and humming so you can enjoy life more and worry about money less. Tip number 4, review and align before payday. Before your paycheck hits, take a few minutes to review how the last pay period went. This isn't about tracking, it's about tuning. When you're first starting your Triggator journey, this review might take a little longer. You're building a rhythm, assigning realistic goals, and maybe even some values-based choices. That's normal. That's progress. Your goal for each spending item, find its Goldilocks zone. Not too hot, overspending. Not too cold, underspending. Just right, aligned with your values and your goals. In my experience, it takes about 90 days of action, review, and alignment to build a spending plan that truly fits your life. Once you hit that sweet spot, your money machine starts humming. And when you do regular tune-ups, it's quick and easy because your habits are solid, your momentum is strong, and your plan is on target. This rhythm isn't just about money. It's about peace. It's how to enjoy life more and worry about money less. Remember in Harry Potter when the Sorting Hat doesn't just randomly assign students? It listened. It considered. It made intentional choices. That's your paycheck. It's not just money, it's potential. And your spending plan, it's your sorting hat. It decides where each dollar goes based on your values, your goals, and your current season. Because when your money is sorted with intention, it doesn't just behave, it builds. Creating a rhythm with automation and intentionality. Let's talk about rhythm. Not the kind that you dance to, but the kind that makes your money move with purpose. Because once your paycheck is assigned and your automation is in place, the next step is building a rhythm that is so smooth, so reliable, so well-oiled that your spending plan becomes second nature. That's the goal of Paycheck Prep School, to help you build a money machine that runs with minimal friction and maximum clarity. Why rhythm matters. According to another 2025 study by the Behavioral Finance Institute, people who follow a consistent financial rhythm are 6 times more likely to stick to their spending plan and 4 times more likely to report lower financial stress. That's not just helpful, it's transformational. Because rhythm, it creates predictability. You know what's coming and what's going. Momentum, each cycle builds on the last. And peace of mind, you're not scrambling, you're executing. The Triggator Rhythm Framework. Here's how to build a rhythm that supports your triangle and your life. Weekly check-ins. Set aside that 15 minutes a week to review your spending plan, confirm automation is working, check for upcoming alligator expenses, reassign leftover dollars with intention. This isn't a budgeting chore, it's a leadership habit. It's your tune-up. And once your machine is humming, this check-in becomes quick, easy, and empowering. A little while ago, I had a chance to sit down for several hours with someone many would call a financial celebrity. I don't like to name drop, but I'll say this. If you know anything about paper assets, you know his name. He's a multimillionaire, an author, a teacher, and a true expert in the world of paper investing. During our conversation, he shared something that stuck with me. Every Thursday, he and his wife sit down for a planning meeting. Together, they review their financial statement. Yes, the same kind we talked about in yesterday's episode if you need a quick refresher. Their weekly rhythm included 3 simple but powerful questions. What went well over the last week? Where do we need to realign? And what financial numbers should we focus on this week? This isn't someone who's just good with money. This is someone who's mastered it. And if a weekly check-in works for him, it works for me, and it'll work for you. Payday preview. The day before payday, do a quick review. How did last pay period go? What categories feel too hot or too cold? And what needs adjusting before your paycheck hits? Again, this is your Goldilocks moment. You're not aiming for perfection. You're aiming for just right. And when you hit that zone consistently, your spending plan becomes a reflection of your values, your goals, and your life season. Realignment. About every 30 days, you'll want to zoom out. Are your peace of mind funds growing? Is your debt shrinking? Are your spending habits aligned with your values? This is where you make strategic adjustments. Maybe you increase your fund. Maybe you shift focus to a new debt target. Maybe you automate a new savings goal. Because rhythm isn't static, it evolves. And when you lead your money with intentionality, your plan grows with you. Remember in The Karate Kid when Mr. Miyagi teaches Daniel to wax on, wax off? It seemed pointless at first, but over time, that rhythm built muscle memory. It built confidence. It built mastery. That's your spending plan. At first, the rhythm feels awkward, but with repetition, it becomes second nature. You don't just manage your money, you lead it. A quick final thought. Your paycheck isn't just income, it's opportunity. And when you build rhythm around it, you stop reacting and start leading. Because a well-oiled money machine doesn't just run, it empowers. It frees you to enjoy life more and worry about money less. You made it to the end of Paycheck Prep School. And if you're still here, you're not just waiting for payday, you're preparing for it. In this episode, we walked through how to build a pre-paycheck checklist that leads your money with clarity, how to assign dollars before they land using the Triggator Triangle, how to create rhythm with automation and intentionality that keeps your money machine humming. Because here's the truth, your paycheck isn't just income, it's instruction. And when you train your money before it arrives, you don't just spend, you lead. Your spending plan becomes a well-oiled machine. Your habits become second nature, and your financial stress, it starts to fade because your plan is working before the money even shows up. Today's challenge is simple but powerful. Before your next payday, take 15 minutes and build your pre-paycheck checklist. Include your Triggator Triangle assignments, your upcoming alligator expenses. Remember, that's those non-monthly expenses that can bite your budget. And a quick review of how your last pay period went. Then, use that checklist to assign your next paycheck before it lands. Because when your money shows up with a mission, it doesn't wander, it builds. Got a pre-paycheck ritual that works for you? A rhythm that keeps your spending plan on track? Or a tune-up moment that helped your money machine run smoother? Email me at podcast@Triggator.com or message me on Instagram, Facebook, or X at Triggator. If this episode helped you lead your money with more clarity, make sure you follow the show so that your next paycheck arrives with a plan, not a panic. Leave a review, especially if this helped you ditch the scramble and build a rhythm. Share this episode with a friend who is tired of reacting to payday and ready to lead it. And don't forget to follow @Triggator on social media for behind-the-scenes content, encouragement, and a few memes that might just make your day. Coming up next time, the mailbag episode, listener wins, questions, and real-life budget battles. We're opening the inbox and diving into real stories from real listeners. You'll hear wins worth celebrating, questions worth answering, and a few budgeting battles that might sound a little familiar. We'll walk through how the Triggator Triangle help listeners lead their money, shift their mindset, and build spending plans that actually fit their lives. If you've ever wondered, am I the only one struggling with this? This episode is your reminder you're not alone, and your next win might be just one tweak away. Remember, your paycheck isn't just a deposit, it's a decision. And when you lead it with clarity, rhythm, and purpose, your spending plan doesn't just behave, it builds. So prep with intention, automate with confidence, and remember, you're not just budgeting, you're training your money to lead. Thanks for listening to Master Your Money, Budgeting, Saving, and Debt-Free Living. I'm your host, Nate Tanner. See you next time.